Starting a business in Michigan sounds exciting until you see the paperwork. Confusing forms, legal junk, and surprise fees can make even the most motivated entrepreneur freeze up. But here's the good news. Michigan is actually one of the easiest places to start an LLC if you know the steps. So in this video, I will walk you through each one from choosing a name to filing the right forms so that you can avoid rookie mistakes that could cost you. And there's one step that new business owners skip that could potentially kill your LLC before it even begins, but we'll cover that in just a bit here. Ever wonder if Michigan is really a good place to start your LLC? Well, in 2025, Michigan hit number 6 on CNBC's list of the top states for doing business, showing its commitment to supporting new ventures. The state offers a low cost of living, so your money stretches further, whether you're covering rent or payroll. Michigan's business-friendly tax structure, which personal income is taxed at 4.25% and corporate at 6%, means that you keep more of what you earn as well. And with robust infrastructure and plenty of local support for entrepreneurs, starting your LLC in Michigan gives you a head start in a place where new businesses are built to thrive. That said, the first step to properly create your LLC is to come up with a name. And if you think that you've got the perfect one in mind, well, before you get too attached, let's make sure it meets all the requirements. But before we jump in too deep here, here's one thing to keep in mind. So starting your business, it should be exciting and not overwhelming. But forming an LLC on your own, that can get confusing fast with all the legal forms, the rules, and easy to miss details. Now, I will walk you through everything in this video, but if any part of this feels confusing at any time, I've got a favorite LLC formation service that makes the whole process super simple and stress-free. It's guided, beginner-friendly, and only costs $39. So if you hit any bumps along the way in the video, just go ahead and click right up here to get step-by-step help setting up your LLC the easy way. All right, so picking a name for your Michigan LLC is more than just creativity. There are important legal rules to keep in mind. Your name must be unique in the state, not already in use or too similar to another business, and must end with limited liability company or abbreviations like LLC. Words like corporation or incorporated, they are off limits, and your name shouldn't misrepresent what your business actually does. Skipping the name check is a rookie mistake. A name too close to another business will get your filing denied. So search Michigan's business database, which is linked to in the description below, along with every other resource that I talk about in this video, and make sure that your name's available before getting too attached. Now, if you find one and aren't quite ready to fill out all the paperwork just yet, Michigan lets you reserve your chosen name for 180 days for just $25, so you don't lose it while you get set up. All right, so step 1 is done, right? So ready to move on? Well, next up, you'll have to choose your registered agent, which is a step that you cannot afford to overlook. Choosing a registered agent is one of those small but crucial LLC steps that can save you big headaches later. Your registered agent in Michigan is required by law. This is the person or professional service who makes sure that you never miss important legal documents or state notices. Picture it as your business's, official mailbox, right? If you ever get served with a lawsuit or a compliance notification, your registered agent gets it first and forwards it to you. Now, being your own registered agent is allowed and might look like a good way to save some cash, but keep in mind that you or whoever you choose must be available at a Michigan street address during normal business hours every day of the week. Plus, any address that you use will go on public record, so say goodbye to your privacy. That's why most entrepreneurs, they use a professional service instead. You'll get privacy, compliance reminders, document scanning, mail forwarding, and just general peace of mind knowing that nothing will slip through the cracks. Now, one of the most recommended companies from myself and others is Northwest Registered Agent. They consistently get high praise for their reliable service, strong privacy protection, and outstanding customer support. Now, their pricing is transparent at just $39 to start with no hidden fees whatsoever. Now, I've used them myself and I can vouch for their service too. So if you want to learn more about how they can help, go ahead and click right up here to check them out. Now, next, let's get your paperwork done in order to make your Michigan LLC official with the state. So filing your articles of organization is the required step that legally brings your LLC to life, and it's pretty easy to do. You'll have to list your unique LLC name, and you want to make sure to include LLC or limited liability company at the end of that, your registered agent's name and Michigan street address, and whether the business will be run by its members or by a manager. Now, you can file online, super quick and convenient, or you can go ahead and mail in Form CD 700, and the one-time state fee is $50. Online filings are processed in about 10 business days, but if you're in a hurry, Michigan does let you pay an extra fee for expedited service. Now, something to note here, if you mess up this form or leave out a detail, your application could get rejected and your whole launch will get delayed. So check and then double check before submitting everything. Now, once the state approves your filing, your LLC is officially formed. And from here, we get into the operating agreement. And let me explain why skipping that document is a classic rookie mistake that can really bite you in the butt. Now, you might be wondering, what exactly is an operating agreement, and do I really need one? Well, an operating agreement is a document that lays out how your LLC is run. You can think of it as your company's playbook, right? It covers things like who owns what percentage, how profits and losses are going to be divided, what happens if someone wants out, and how decisions actually get made. Why bother? Well, without an operating agreement, Michigan's default rules will take over, and those might not fit your business or protect your interests. Now, for LLCs with more than one owner, this agreement can help prevent arguments and confusion when disagreements or major events pop up. Even if you're a sole owner of an LLC, it proves your business is truly separate from you personally, which is key if you ever get sued or audited. So as an example, let's say that you and your cousin, you start a lawn care business, and down the road, one of you wants to cash out. Well, with a clear operating agreement, everyone already knows the next step, saving the business and your family ties. Now, the best part, you can use a free template that you find online and just adjust it to your needs. Now, next, let's make sure that your LLC's money and legal status are rock solid by opening a business bank account and getting all the right licenses. Now that your LLC is official, it's time to open a business bank account. Why bother? Well, mixing business and personal money puts your limited liability protection at risk and makes taxes a nightmare. Now, banks in Michigan, they usually require your articles of organization, your operating agreement, a government-issued photo ID, and an EIN from the IRS. Now, if you don't already know, your EIN is the employer identification number, and you can get it directly from the irs.gov website in just a few minutes. Think of it as a social security number for your business to pay taxes, hire employees, run payroll, and work with the banks. But now let's shift focus to business licenses and permits, because those are important too. So Michigan doesn't require a statewide general business license, but your specific business activity or location might. So for example, retailers who sell products need a sales tax license. Restaurants need industry-specific food permits, and local city or township offices, they may require their own permits as well. So if you skip these steps, you could get fined or even have your business shut down. So do your homework and use Michigan's online license search tool. Also, call your city office and just make sure that you have every box checked before opening your doors. And we're almost done now. So next, let's go ahead and break down the tax requirements that trip up far too many new LLC owners. Taxes can trip up even the savviest new business owners, so let's keep it simple. Most Michigan LLCs are pass-through entities for federal taxes, meaning that your profits and losses will go on your personal tax return. But for state taxes, you'll pay Michigan's flat 4.25% personal income tax on your share of your LLC's earnings. Certain services like restaurants or construction, they may have additional industry-specific taxes, and local governments may have their own business tax rules as well. Some cities even charge a separate local tax, but just don't forget, even if your LLC doesn't owe state business tax itself, you still need to file annual reports and keep records for each owner. And a quick heads up, if you miss a filing or forget to register for a tax ID, you could face fines or lose your good standing with the state. So plan ahead and check with your tax professional if anything's unclear. All right, so let's get into the home stretch here. So let's break down exactly what it costs to start and maintain your LLC in Michigan so you're never caught off guard. All right, so first let's get into your startup costs. Now your articles of organization filing fee, right? That's required. That is $60 total. Your name reservation, which is optional, $25 if you want to lock in your business name before you actually file everything. Your registered agent service, that is optional but recommended. That's $39 if you choose Northwest Registered Agent, which is my #1 recommendation. And next are the ongoing costs, right? So the annual statement filing fee, which is required, that's $25, and that's needed every year to keep your LLC in good standing. Your registered agent renewal, if you're using Northwest Registered Agent, is $125 per year. Your business licenses and permits, that really varies by industry and location. So some of them are one-time, others are annual. Just double check with your city or township to figure it out. And then state and local taxes, you're talking about 4.25% Michigan income tax on your share of your profits and possible local taxes if they apply to your area. So to start your business, you're really looking at around $100 to $350, depending on your permits or licenses that are needed. And from there, ongoing, the cost will probably be around $150 to $350 per year. Again, mostly depending on permits and licensing requirements. Now, again, to help out with all this, I advise you to use a service like Northwest Registered Agent, which again, you can click right up here to check out, is they'll really help you stay in compliance year after year while you focus on the most important thing, which is running a profitable business. Now, if you have any questions for me or are a little bit confused about the process, just drop me a comment below and I will do my absolute best to help you out as soon as possible. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.